March 17, 2023. The Chamberlain Hotel. Downtown. 1:23 a.m. A woman named Rachel Vasquez stepped into elevator 2 on the 7th floor. She was a guest at the hotel. Business trip. She had just finished a late dinner with clients. She pressed the button for the lobby. The elevator doors closed. The elevator descended. The digital display showed floor 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Then the elevator stopped. The doors opened. Rachel stepped out. She expected the hotel lobby, marble floor, modern glass front desk, the large chandelier, the concierge desk to her left. That was not what she saw. The floor was marble. But it was black and white checkered marble, not the gray marble of the current lobby. The front desk was wood. Dark mahogany. Not glass. Behind the desk, a wall of brass mail slots with numbers. The clock on the wall was round with Roman numerals. The time showed 11:47 p.m. The lobby was empty. No guests. No staff. No sound. The air smelled different, old wood, cigarette smoke, something cooking from a kitchen that should not exist. Rachel stood in the lobby for 10 seconds. She called out. "Hello." No answer. She turned around to get back in the elevator. The doors were closing. She tried to stop them. Too late. The doors closed. The elevator was gone. In its place was a stairwell. Wooden stairs with brass handrails. A sign on the wall read, "Stairs, lower floors." The elevator buttons on the wall were gone. The metal doors were gone. Only stairs. Rachel climbed the stairs. 1 flight. 2 flights. 3 flights. She opened a door. She stepped out into the second-floor hallway of the Chamberlain Hotel. Modern carpet. Modern lighting. Ice machine humming. She walked to the elevator bank. Elevator 2 was there. Normal. She pressed the button. The doors opened. Normal elevator. She stepped in. She pressed lobby. The doors closed. The elevator descended. The doors opened to the modern lobby, gray marble, glass desk, chandelier. The clock on the wall showed 1:27 a.m. She had been gone 4 minutes. But the lobby she had seen, the marble, the wood desk, the brass mail slots, that lobby did not exist. It had not existed since 1978. Rachel Vasquez did not sleep that night. She searched online. She found black and white photographs of the Chamberlain Hotel lobby from the 1920s. Black and white checkered marble floor. Dark mahogany front desk. Brass mail slots. Round clock with Roman numerals. The same lobby. Exactly the same. She checked her phone. Her step count showed she had walked 47 steps between leaving the elevator and reaching the second floor. That was impossible. The distance from the lobby to the second floor was 28 steps. She had walked 19 extra steps somewhere. Somewhere that did not exist. Rachel reported the incident to the front desk in the morning. The manager listened. He did not look surprised. He asked her what time she had taken the elevator. She said 1:23 a.m. The manager wrote something in a notebook. He said, "We recommend guests do not use elevator 2 between 1 a.m. and 2 a.m. There is a maintenance issue. It is being addressed." Rachel asked if anyone else had reported the same thing. The manager paused. Then he said, "You are the 23rd guest since 2019. Rachel asked what happened to the other 22 guests. The manager said, "Most of them stayed in the elevator. You are the second who stepped out." Rachel asked what happened to the first. The manager said, "She found her way back to the second floor. Same as you. But she said the stairs had more than 3 flights. She counted 6. She climbed for 10 minutes. She was gone for an hour. Her husband reported her missing. She appeared in the second-floor hallway at 2 a.m. She did not remember the extra time. Her watch had stopped at 1:23 a.m. It has not worked since. Rachel asked if the hotel had ever tried to investigate. The manager said, "We have. Maintenance rode elevator 2 between 1 a.m. and 2 a.m. He was gone for 3 hours. He came back through the front door. He said the elevator opened to a lobby. He stepped out. He walked through the lobby to the street. The street was different. Old cars. Old streetlights. A man in a 1920s suit asked him for a light. He ran back inside. The elevator was gone. He found stairs. He climbed for what felt like hours. He ended up in the basement. The basement door was locked. He broke the lock. He walked up the service stairs to the lobby. He quit the next day. He moved to another state. We never heard from him again." The manager closed his notebook. He said, "Do not use elevator 2 between 1 a.m. and 2 a.m. If you find yourself in the old lobby, do not step out. Stay in the elevator. Press the close button. Do not look at the clock. Do not look at the front desk. Do not look at the man who may be standing there. Just close the doors and press any button except one. The elevator will return to the present. We think." Rachel Vasquez checked out that morning. She has not returned to the Chamberlain Hotel. She does not take elevators alone after midnight. She still has nightmares about the stairs. The stairs that had more steps than they should. The stairs that went somewhere that was not the second floor. The stairs that she climbed for 4 minutes but her step count said 47 steps. 19 extra steps. 19 steps into somewhere that was not the Chamberlain Hotel. 19 steps into 1924. The Chamberlain Hotel opened in 1924. It was built by a wealthy businessman named Arthur Chamberlain. He wanted the finest hotel in the city. Marble floors. Crystal chandeliers. Mahogany front desk. Brass mail slots. A grand staircase. A ballroom. A restaurant that served French cuisine. The hotel was a success. It hosted politicians, celebrities, and wealthy travelers for 50 years. Then the neighborhood changed. The hotel fell into disrepair. In 1978, a new owner bought the building. He renovated it. Modernized it. The marble floor was replaced with gray carpet. The mahogany desk was replaced with glass. The brass mail slots were removed. The ballroom became a conference center. The restaurant became a breakfast buffet. The grand staircase was removed. The old lobby was demolished. All of it. Gone. Or so the records show. But elevator 2 still goes there. Between 1 a.m. and 2 a.m. The first known report was in 1982. For years after the renovation. A guest named Harold Finch, no relation to the janitor from earlier stories, took elevator 2 from the 5th floor to the lobby at 1:15 a.m. The doors opened to marble floor. Wood desk. Brass mail slots. He stepped out. He walked to the front desk. A man in a 1920s suit stood behind it. The man said, "Welcome to the Chamberlain Hotel. How may I help you?" Harold asked for his room key. The man handed him a key. Brass. Heavy. With the number 614 on a diamond-shaped fob. Harold looked at the key. He looked at the man. The man smiled. Harold ran back to the elevator. The doors were still open. He stepped inside. He pressed the close button. The doors closed. The elevator did not move. He pressed every button. Nothing. The doors opened again. The lobby was still the old lobby. The man was still at the desk. He said, "Your room is ready, Mr. Finch. 6th floor. Take the stairs to your left." Harold looked to his left. There were stairs. He had not noticed them before. He took the stairs. He climbed to the 6th floor. The hallway was modern. Carpet. Fluorescent lights. Ice machine. He walked to room 614. He used the brass key. It worked. He opened the door. The room was modern. He sat on the bed. He looked at the key. It was still in his hand. He put it in his pocket. He slept. In the morning, he checked his pocket. The key was gone. In its place was a business card. It read, "Arthur Chamberlain, proprietor, the Chamberlain Hotel, established 1924. The card was yellowed. Old. It smelled like cigar smoke. Harold Finch kept the card. He showed it to the front desk. The manager said, "Mr. Chamberlain died in 1951. Harold said, "I spoke to him last night." The manager said nothing. He gave Harold a free night. Harold never used elevator 2 again. He died in 2019. His daughter found the business card in his wallet. She donated it to the City Historical Society. It is still there. In a glass case. Next to a photograph of Arthur Chamberlain. The same man Harold spoke to in 1982. Between 1982 and 2023, the hotel received 47 reports of elevator 2 opening to the old lobby. Some guests stayed in the elevator. Some stepped out. Some took the stairs. Some took the brass key. Some reported seeing Arthur Chamberlain at the front desk. Some reported seeing no one. One guest, a woman named Patricia Holloway in 1995, reported seeing a party in the ballroom. She stepped out of the elevator and walked toward the music. She saw people in 1920s clothing dancing. She watched for several minutes. Then she felt a hand on her shoulder. A man in a tuxedo said, "You are not supposed to be here." She turned around. The elevator was gone. The stairs were gone. She was in a hallway she did not recognize. She walked for 20 minutes. She found a door. It opened to the hotel kitchen. The kitchen was modern. The staff looked at her. She was covered in dust. She asked what year it was. 1995, she had been gone for 3 hours. Her watch said 1:30 a.m. It was 4:30 a.m. Patricia Holloway wrote a letter to the hotel manager. She described everything. The ballroom. The music. The dancers. The man in the tuxedo. The manager wrote back. He said, "The ballroom was demolished in 1978. The music you heard was from a wedding that took place in 1926. The man in the tuxedo was likely Arthur Chamberlain. He died in 1951. We recommend you do not use elevator 2 between 1 a.m. and 2 a.m. Patricia kept the letter. Her grandson posted it on Reddit in 2021. The post went viral. The Chamberlain Hotel released a statement. The letter is a hoax. Elevator 2 functions normally. There is no old lobby. But it does exist. And it is waiting. For the next person who steps out of elevator 2 between 1 a.m. and 2 a.m. In 2019, historian named Dr. Eleanor Vance, no relation to the nurse from the earlier Mercy General story, requested access to the Chamberlain Hotel's original blueprints. She wanted to understand the elevator. Why elevator 2? Why not elevator 1 or 3? Why between 1 a.m. and 2 a.m.? The hotel denied her request. She filed a public records request with the city. The blueprints were public. The hotel could not stop her. In 2022, A guest named Michael Torres, no relation to the investigator from earlier stories, was staying on the 6th floor. He could not sleep. He walked to the elevator bank at 1:30 a.m. He pressed the call button for elevator 2. The doors opened. The elevator was normal. He stepped inside. He noticed something on the control panel. A small brass keyhole, covered by a metal plate. The plate was loose. He slid it aside. The keyhole was there. He did not have a key. He pressed the lobby button. The doors closed. The elevator descended. The doors opened. The lobby was modern. He stepped out. He went back to his room. He could not stop thinking about the keyhole. The Chamberlain Hotel is still open. Elevator 2 is still running. The hotel does not warn guests. They do not put signs on the door. They do not disable the elevator between 1 a.m. and 2 a.m. They say it is a maintenance issue. They say it is being addressed. They have been saying that since 1982. If you ever stay at the Chamberlain Hotel, do not use elevator 2 between 1 a.m. and 2 a.m. If you find yourself in the old lobby, do not step out. Do not take the brass key. Do not follow the man in the 1920s suit. Do not look at the clock. Do not dance in the ballroom. Do not drink at the bar. Do not stay in room 614. Stay in the elevator. Press the close button. Press any button except one. The elevator will return to the present. Probably. Maybe. Hopefully. And if it does not, if the door